There is nothing to worry about. You're gonna be just fine.
You'd be surprised at the things you find when you go looking.
God, it knows I'm here.
Clear your mind. It knows what scares you. It has from the very beginning.
I'm plunging headfirst into some kind of black void of sheer, utter madness.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
It is entitled Naturan de Manto, roughly translated Book of the Dead.
You're gonna die up there.
We've got to return some videotapes.
Hello!
Hey!
And welcome! I am Joe.
And I am Chris.
And this is In the Veins.
In the Veins. Today we're going to talk about
1987's The Monster Squad.
Oh,
August
yeah.
14th, 1987. This was a legit Halloween movie, which is why it's such a shame that it did not financially do well.
No. It had a lot going against it. I mean,
yeah. I've got actually a lot of notes about the box office of 87. It's all kind of wild.
well, it was also just the way it was kind of positioned. Like, it's not even the competition necessarily. I know there were people were comparing it negatively to Goonies, and they were
definitely see the connection there.
But it was also out at the same time. I guess this is competition, but it was like rated. What was it rated? Like PG-13?
Yeah.
It didn't get the PG rating they wanted.
Oh, shit, I didn't notice that. Yeah, no.
They wanted it to be like a kid's movie.
Yeah.
And that would have put it like where it belonged.
Yeah, no, PG-13, that's not the right...
No.
You're aiming at like older teens. They're not going to want to watch this.
That put it in competition with Lost Boys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Directed by Fred Decker, who is an awesome director. I like Fred Decker. Fred Decker co-wrote it. Fred Decker, famous for writing and directing Night of the Creeps. He wrote the House movies. This actually competed the same year with House 2, The Second Story.
Yeah. Well, Night of the Creeps was his first directorial thing, and it was right before this, and he was finishing that up, and he came up with this and gave it to Shane Black to write the first.
Right.
First
and
script.
it's written by Shane Black and Fred Decker, which is it's the recipe for an awesome combo in my opinion. I mean, God, Night of the Creeps is so good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And so we're starring Andre Gower as Sean, Robbie Kiger as Patrick, Brent Shalom as Horace, aka Fat Kid, Ashley Bank as Phoebe, Ryan Lambert as Rudy, Michael Faustino as Eugene. We also have Leonard Semino as Scary German Guy. He doesn't have a name in this movie.
I know, they
That's
just
so
left him as Scary German Guy.
I know. Tom Noonan as Frankenstein's monster, Mary Ellen Trainor as Sean's mom, Emily, Stephen Mocked as Sean's dad, Dell, Stan Shaw as Dell's partner, Detective Sapir, Lisa Fuller as Patrick's sister, also doesn't get a name, Duncan Rigger as Count Dracula, John Grease as the human version of the Wolfman, Carl Thibault as the Wolfman version of the Wolfman, Tom Woodruff Jr. as the Gillman, and Michael Reed Mackay as the Mummy.
Yeah. This was Tom Woodruff Jr.'s done a lot. Tom Woodruff Jr. did the effects for this movie.
Right.
He's like a Stan Winston protege, and
yes.
I mean that dude has worked on. Recently, he worked on the Jurassic Parks, and
right.
You know,
well, even on this
everything.
Even as In the Veins goes, I mean, we just saw him as Pumpkinhead.
Yep, that's right. But this was his first, like in the suit thing. And did you see the little story about how that happened?
No.
Well, in the shop, he had him do a body cast of him because he wanted to make himself a gorilla suit. Like one of his dream builds was to do a gorilla suit.
Right.
So he had, like in his own time, had the guys at Winston Studios do a full body cast. So when they were doing Monster Squad, he basically went to Stan Winston and was like, we have a cast of me.
Oh, it's already done, see?
It's right there. Why don't we just sculpt the Gillman on that?
Yeah. Lucky us. And these are all kind of Surefine brand generic versions of Universal Monsters.
They're great. They had to.
They're not that they're bad, but
No.
the Universal wouldn't sign off on this.
Well, they pitched this movie to Universal first. They wanted
course.
Universal to pick it up because, hey, then we could use the
Universal
actual-
Monsters.
Yeah. But it's Gillman, not Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Right.
You can use Frankenstein, the characters in public domain.
Right.
But the Universal version is intellectual property, so his bolts are on the side of his head instead of his neck.
Right.
Like,
It's the same thing. Like, we've got Dracula, but he's
Mhm.
book Dracula. He's not
Yeah.
Dracula. He doesn't have an accent, or at least not an Eastern European one.
No.
The mummy is just sort of a mummy,
Mummies are just mummies. You
Yeah.
can't.
and the
What are you
Wolfman looks like Stan Winston.
Yes, he does.
Budget of $12 million and a U.S. gross of just under $2 million. Worldwide of just a little north of 3.75, putting it 29th for the month
Yeah.
and 135th overall for the year. Really sad. Notables ahead of it, like you said, Lost Boys, RoboCop, Jaws: The Revenge.
Oh God, Us 4 did better than.
Yes, Yes. it's so sad. And just like going through it and trying to come up with like the movies that it's competing with in the box office, because this is a weird sweet spot. It's not exactly a horror movie. Like, it's not competing with House 2,
No.
for example. But it's not exactly. It's a kids movie, but it's like
It's-
a kids.
It's a
horror
kids in
movie.
danger movie where the
Right.
danger is the universal monsters.
So,
mean,
like,
it's-
the Garbage Pail Kids movie came out that year. Kind of its competitor, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is a year that gave us a couple of notables. RoboCop, Masters of the Universe. As far as kids movies goes, or movies that would appeal to kids, like Disorderlies, Adventures in Babysitting, Revenge of the Nerds,
Disorderlies, God.
Revenge of the Nerds Part 2, Nerds in Paradise, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. These movies did better than this
Oh,
movie.
Man.
I mean, Spaceballs came out. What are you going to do against that?
Nothing. I remember watching almost all of those movies on VHS.
Absolutely. It did beat out Care Bear's Adventure in Wonderland, so it's got that going for it. But the original Predator came out, Lethal Weapon,
Written by Shane Black.
written by Shane Black.
And Predator, co-starring Shane Black.
Right. Slightly rewritten by Shane Black.
Hmm.
After they coerced him into getting into the jungle. Nightmare 3, The Dream Warriors, arguably one of the best films in the series.
Oh, yeah.
The Running Man. The list goes on and on. It's the 80s. There's a lot of crazy ones on this list. But the point is that it just, I don't know, couldn't compete.
Yeah. Well, it was meant for kids, but didn't
Excuse
get
me.
the rating to make it an obviously kids movie. So when you're going out to see a kids movie, you're
Right.
going to skip the ones that are in that category, you know?
No, it's already got that against it. And it's crazy to me that it was PG-13. This was not a PG-13 film. Like, I don't think that any of for God's sakes, they've got Dracula, who's a vampire. He doesn't bite anybody in the movie.
He does, but it's off screen.
Exactly. We don't see him bite somebody.
No.
He does a lot of other goofy
In
shit.
fact, do you see his fangs at any point before the end scene with the girl?
I'm gonna go with no.
Gilman does nothing.
Gilman is a complete joke, and it's like, after the whole. We'll get there, but after the whole shock of like, how do we kill the Wolfman? It's like, the Gilman's here. Shoot him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
He goes down like a bitch.
Yeah, Wolfman fights some cops and stuff, but doesn't really advance Dracula's goal.
He's just a wild. You don't give him instructions. You just sort of aim him.
I know, but Frankenstein's the only one he gave a mission to, and Frankenstein was like, "Nah, fuck that. I like these kids."
Frankenstein immediately went off book.
Yeah.
Immediately failed. I don't know why he trusted him so badly, so much.
Yeah, but I
yeah.
loved this movie when I was a kid because
So did I.
when you're a kid, you want to watch kids do cool shit, and
Right. This is a weird thing. And this is what I wanted to talk about this one is with these kinds of movies, and like you said in our Halloween special, a very special Halloween special, like there's a certain kind of movie where it's like kids versus a problem. And there's always this sort of thing of like, well, the adults aren't there to handle it. The kids have to take care of this on their own.
yeah,
And most of the time when you do that, you don't see the adults. It's just the kids doing whatever, and the adults are just not there.
Mhm.
And so it's not an issue. In this, we see the adults failing to handle the issue.
yes,
The adults come across as almost like a cartoon character kind of level of incompetence, where they're kind of frantic and they're trying, but they're so exasperated and incapable
yeah.
of doing anything.
Well, I mean, the mom just kind of floats around the house, like she doesn't do anything in the movie except appear on screen
Right. And get angry.
and get angry. Also, the actress whose name escapes me, but also
just said it.
she was the mom in The Goonies.
Yeah. Mary Ellen Trainor. Yeah.
Yes, Mary Ellen Trainor. And she's the long-suffering police psychiatrist who's always trying to get Martin Riggs to
That's right.
sit
that's
down
right.
and deal with his issues in all of the Lethal Weapon movies.
That's right. I forgot about that. That's where I know her from. Oh, that's
In
good
those
stuff.
movies, she gets to do things.
Well, I mean, like I said, like in those movies, all the adults get to do things. They don't really get to do things in this one. It feels like
No.
they're very like clown shoes, like just fully incompetent. And it's not even like they're ignoring the problem. There are problems in front of them, and they are not capable of dealing with them.
Cop Dad is trying.
Is he? Is he though? He's running around a lot. I give him
That's
that.
yeah. He's exerting effort. It's just not
Yes.
none of it's in the right direction.
No, he's
And-
showing up to places, and then he's just like, I don't know, and then just
Yeah.
running to the next place. It gives it this weird feel where it's like, oh God, it's a little scary that it's like, yeah, these kids do have to deal with this. Like they are so boned.
Yeah.
The only competent adult is scary German guy.
And Dracula. Sort of.
Dracula's competence. This is a guy who preps dynamite and then just lets the plunger fall on its own.
Yeah.
But he does know how to do a Kamehameha, so there's that.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Kamehameha.
I always thought it was Kamehameha.
The King Kamehameha is the name of the king. When Goku does it, it's a Kamehameha
Okay.
because Japanese.
I gotcha. I just distinctively remember him saying Kamehameha.
Oh no, it's Kame.
Okay.
Kame. You're
Anyway, back to Monster Squad.
Look and do it. It's he does it instead of biting people. It's weird. It is a very strange movie. Is my point.
Yes.
It has a strange feel to it. And maybe that level of slightly odd discomfort is why it got that PG-13 slapped on it.
Well, yeah,
It's also
I mean, the first draft Shane Black wrote was ridiculously long and had these gigantic set pieces like
Right.
zeppelins and armies of cavalry riding in behind Van Helsing in the opening scene. And like, they said that it would have cost the budget of the whole movie just to do one of those scenes. And
Right.
so then the script gets whittled down and then the movie gets shot and then the movie gets edited down because they wanted it under 90 minutes. They wanted they wanted that tight 90,
yeah.
They did not want a 2-hour movie. And so it felt a little rushed
Frenetic.
in some places. And
It's
a little,
frantic.
Yeah,
It's frantic. And I think part of the problem is you have so many characters.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There
It is a lot.
are the Monster Squad itself is like 6 or 7 members.
Yeah.
Like it's just they keep adding people. Like people keep showing up and just like, okay, you're now with us.
Yeah.
Okay, you're now part of the group. It's wild. So anyway, let's get into the
Let's get into
it. The opening prologue. We get a small crawl over like the sound of howling winds. This crawl tells you zero information. Almost nothing. It's amazing.
It just tells you that what you're about to see is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like,
The credits are this kind of cool red Gothic font, and we kind of pan over like a graveyard at night, and then we move to Dracula's castle, and we go through Dracula's crypt, and there's big dramatic music and Gothic visuals, which feel actually a little heavy-handed given the film that it's coming in front of. But Stan Winston, so okay,
well, yeah, that, and also they're doing Hammer Dracula.
right.
It's,
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. And then we get a very fast transformation from bat to man for Dracula.
Mhm.
And it's very neat. It's very economical. Like the wing becomes a hand, and then the hand becomes the hand of a very hairy man. And then that very hairy man is wearing Dracula's clothes. And it's cool.
Just poof, there he is.
There he is. And he's Dracula. It's cool. And then up rolls Van Helsing and his crew. And I feel like, so they blow the door of the castle off, right?
Mhm.
I feel like they maybe used more dynamite than they needed to. I feel like there's like 8 sticks of dynamite in that bundle, and it's a door.
Hey, breacher's gonna breach.
All right.
You don't use enough, and then you look like an asshole.
They are very liberal with dynamite in this film in a weird way. But anyway, it's this cartoon feel. Like a dynamite is a cartoon weapon, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not a realistic thing for people to use as a weapon.
Yeah.
So
Like
they're
at the end of From Beyond.
Right. Oh God, that bomb. I still want to know who. I want somebody to explain to me where the logic happened. Like, what did we
I don't
miss?
know.
How did she get that fucking bomb?
I don't know. I'm gonna assume there's a cut lost scene out there that explains that, because
Could it
I refuse
possibly
to
be?
accept that they just did that to us without.
Anyway,
Anyway,
here comes Van Helsing's squad, and they're raiding the castle. Inside the castle, the wives are hanging out, eating animals, like they do. Van Helsing and his crew clear them out with crossbows that fire steaks.
hell yeah.
And then they don't really find the amulet. The amulet is just sitting there, like right inside the doorway. It's just sort of there.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to find because it's literally shooting lasers.
Mhm.
And that's when he calls for the girl. And the girl starts doing the incantation, which is never quick enough for him. Jesus Christ. Faster. Do it faster. Better, quicker. Enunciate. And then there's a kind of an earthquake, or zombies pop up out of the ground and grab at him and stuff. So people are fighting zombies. They're fighting stuff. And then the portal opens and starts sucking everything in, including one of the first things it sucks in is the poor girl. Well, I don't know what she did to get banished to limbo.
Yep.
And the last thing we see is Van Helsing. He's kind of like hanging on to a zombie that he's fighting. And then we just like cut to black. Like, that was going nowhere. Sorry, we'll just start again. And we go straight to present day, 1985, middle school. It's a weird prologue is what I'm saying, Chris. It's,
Yeah.
Usually with a prologue, what you're doing is you're building your worlds, you're establishing things. I feel like it does absolutely nothing.
It tells us that the amulet exists and opens a portal, and that
Sort of.
somehow it's important for dealing with Dracula.
Right. Because Dracula doesn't even show up in the same room. Like, he shows up in the
No.
crypt, and then he's not there when Van Helsing does his thing. It's
No.
for a movie with like an opening crawl and a full prologue, we get almost no lore.
Yeah.
Very strange. So present day, 1985, middle school, which appears to be letting out, except for two kids getting grilled by the principal. Oh no, Patrick and Sean and Patrick, who are bestest friends and are into monsters in a major way. They have a monster club, and they draw pictures of monsters to put on their walls, and they will talk about it if you let them. These kids are me in 1985. So it seemed pretty normal to me. I'm not sure what the problem was, except they were drawing pictures during class. Oh.
Yeah.
But he is your principal. He understands, and he thinks science is also pretty cool.
Yeah, he does.
So they, he lets them out because what the fuck else are you going to do with them? They were drawing pictures of monsters in class.
Yeah, they were being disruptive. They didn't
How
TP a
disrupt-
teacher's house, throw a rock through it. They didn't do anything.
I don't even know if you could say they were being disruptive. They were quietly drawing. They
Apparently,
just weren't paying attention, sure.
Yeah.
And like the wages of that are, you'll fail the next test or whatever. Like,
and
I don't think you
really,
need to do much.
If you tried to deal individually with every kid not paying attention in middle school, that's all you'd do.
Right.
And you still wouldn't get to all of them.
What kind of like weird draconian like middle school is this? It doesn't matter. We're never seeing this school again. It doesn't.
No,
it's
and we
important.
just, again, this scene only exists to introduce these two kids
right.
and to kind of give you a little taste of their personality and what they're into.
Right. And these kids have tood, Chris.
Yeah, they do.
They're part of the tood epidemic that we had in the 80s.
Yeah, and one of them's got a Vision skateboard that we never see him ride.
That's interesting
great.
choice. They're also, it's the time period. There's a fair amount of homophobia in the way they trade insults, which is jarring to my modern ears. But it's 1985.
I'm in the army, so it's not to me.
I suppose so.
We say horrible things to each other.
I live a sheltered life. And then even more jarring is one of the children his nickname is literally just Fat Kid.
Yeah.
He's not
They
even
put a
that
lot
fat.
of work into that.
He's not even that fat.
He was in the 80s.
He answers to Fat Kid.
Yes. But he has a fat name. His real name is Horace, and that's a fat kid name.
I'm not sure which one is more of a hate crime. We cut to Fat Kid who's walking home. And two bullies roll up on him, including one that is the older brother from
Wonder Years.
the Wonder Years, and and they're like, "Hey, fat kid," and he's like, "Only my friends get to call me fat kid." Jesus. And one of the bullies smacks the Snickers bar out of his mouth and steps on it because fat kid's got to be eating candy, yo. His name is Horace, yeah, and this kid just cannot fucking win.
No.
He is saved though when teenager Rudy rides up on his bicycle.
And Rudy is so cool.
He has to be this kid is wearing a leather jacket and smoking.
And tough guy gloves, Joe. Fingerless gloves.
He must be a god to these middle schoolers.
Oh, yeah.
A literal god.
Well, the bullies are scared enough of him.
Right. Oh, he's anti-bully.
Yeah.
Like, is he running for president? What the fuck is this?
I mean, later on, we will see him sexually blackmail a girl. So yes, he might be running for president.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. And he's friends with Horace, with Fat Kid, which is awesome. And I think I would like a prequel just setting that relationship up.
Yeah.
It makes zero sense. It would have been more interesting to do a prologue about that.
About how Rudy ended up.
About how Van Helsing did or didn't do whatever he was doing.
So I remembered Rudy being cool to these kids only to get into that treehouse. Like, because of the view.
Too, but like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously when he gets to the treehouse, like, you can see into it turns out it's Patrick's sister's bedroom.
Yeah.
And you can see her undress. But he notices that when he's there, but there's not any kind of like setup for him to kind of connive his way into it.
But again, like I thought I remembered this movie better. In my head, my whole life, he was trying to get in good with these kids just because of that. Which
would make sense. I mean, like, that's definitely like, that would make more sense than just he's randomly friends with Fat Kid.
Yeah.
And now Fat Kid was like, you know what? This guy should be part of the Monster Club because reasons?
That's what we do, and let's have him around. Like, yeah, on this watch, I was really struggling with his motivation to hang out with these kids.
Again, like that would have actually been like a decent use of the runtime of the prologue to just set that up.
Yeah.
But anyway, Rudy makes the bully eat the squished Snickers because he believes in justice, or at least hurting those who hurt others. And so the leather jacket isn't just for show. He's a real tough guy.
No, there's a real tough guy under there.
Yeah. Hard cut. There's a lot of like hard cuts to like another group of people because we just got so many people and they're never in the same place. Sean and Patrick are walking home arguing Wolfman issues, which is foreshadowing for the question of the existence of the Wolfman's testicles, Christopher.
Yes.
And while Sean's little sister Phoebe is kind of like bouncing around them doing like little sister Brand annoying shit. And they go past scary German guy's house. And I guess he kind of peeps through his windows at people. And he's old. So yeah, he's kind of creepy. Still, nobody can be quite as cruel as a 7th grader can be.
No.
And also that little girl has seen Rambo. I take that from this scene.
Yeah, Rambo told her that we're at war with Vietnam.
That's right. Yeah, the Phoebe is desperate to be part of the Monster Squad, and Sean won't let her just because
she's a girl.
She's his little sister. I think that's more of the issue.
But it says on the door, no girls.
Yeah,
it's the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
I don't make the rules. I just made the rules. So they meet up with Fat Kid. They meet up with Horace. I'm going to stop saying that. Yeah. I feel bad saying it. And they discuss letting Rudy join the Monster Club, and they decide they have to give him the monster test. Ordinarily, I would ask if the test is sexual in nature, but these poor dork kids are so like non-sexual, other than Fat Kid's obvious attraction to Sean, that they actually desperately need Rudy's sexual energy just to become like relatively tolerable human beings. Maybe they just need his jacket. Maybe if they just put the jacket in the clubhouse, things would get better.
I mean, his hair's pretty cool, too.
He does have good hair. Elsewhere, a plane is flying. It is an old World War II bomber plane for reasons that are as yet unclear. And will not become clear.
No.
I think at that time, like, it's just World War II felt a little bit more relevant. Like it didn't, because like I think at that time everybody's grandparents kind of like were in World War II, so
yeah.
it was like it feels less dusty history type of thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it had only been 40 years or so.
Yeah, there you go. The pilots are weird. They just sort of bust into this weird conversation about like, I'm depressed because I'm flying this plane
Full of dead bodies.
full of dead bodies. Are they in a stage play about the movie? What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, why are we starting our movie this way? Why are we starting our scene this way?
Because it's Shane Black dialogue.
Okay, that's fair.
You get a whole lot more of that exact style of dialogue from the partner cop. You know?
Oh, yes. Yes, he's very off-putting. So we get that they're hauling wooden crates filled with dead bodies
That's what they make it sound like.
for reasons that nobody, not even the writers of the movie, can fathom.
Nope.
No reason. That's what we're doing. So we'll just comment on the fact that it doesn't make any sense, and that excuses it.
Yeah. And also when he jumping ahead, he hears a noise and goes in the back to check.
Right.
But when they show the cargo hold of this plane,
Yes.
nothing has been carefully stowed.
No.
It's where
It's
they
just
keep
there.
the Ark of the Covenant, basically. It's just random crates, but only one of them is big enough for a body.
And it's like, they're just like, most of them are just sort of like loose. It's like, you're going to
Yeah.
have noises all the time as that thing slides around.
Yeah. You did not secure the load, sir.
I'm sorry. I did find an explanation as to what the hell is going on here, why they're flying a World War II bomber
Okay.
filled with crates filled with dead bodies. It is cocaine.
Oh, they're smugglers. That makes sense.
No, I mean the writers.
Oh, that makes more sense.
So yeah, like I said, there's a noise. One of the pilots goes back to check, and then he gets buzzed by a fucking bat
Yes.
in the plane's hold. I mean, he reacts to it when it happens, but not enough.
Yeah.
And he's just sort of like, bat, huh? I gotta find what made that noise.
Also, in high def, you can see the string the bat is on.
Oh, $12 million. And then, that's not a bat, Chris. That's Dracula.
oh, sorry. I meant you can see the string that Dracula is on.
So then Dracula backhands him and knocks him down. Draxmack. That's what that's called. I didn't make that up.
Oh, you hit him with the
I don't make the
Draxmack.
rules. So then the dude, like, he falls back and he just sort of lands next to the still fully functioning bomber door.
Yeah.
Like bomb drop handle. And so he pulls the handle, and the only body that's loose is sitting on the doors, and it just drops. And then we get a cool little thing as Drac turns. Drac like just stands on the air staring at him, like asserting his dominance.
Well, the
And
dude, the dude thinks that Dracula's gonna fall. I
Right.
mean, Dracula is standing on the door, and that's why he pulls it.
And he just does it. He just like stands in the door.
yeah.
And then he turns into a bat and disappears.
And then just flies out of the
and
door.
It's like, that was a weird.
I feel like it was like, haha, you've just done exactly what I wanted you to do. Like,
right. And it's like, I was reaching for that handle before you came back here. That's why I made a noise by accident. I bumped my head.
yeah. Also, I only saw one box fall out of the plane. Did I
Yes.
miss something? Because
No.
2 boxes land in that swamp.
I don't know. I think there was a smaller box behind it.
But they're
And
the
then
same
it-
size. They're both man-sized boxes. It's the
then
creature.
the creature was in one of the boxes.
I think it's the creature and Frankenstein are in the boxes.
Makes so much more sense than they happen to land in the swamp that the creature lives in.
No,
which
no.
is assumed.
No, they very clearly showed 2 boxes hit
Okay.
the swamp.
Yeah.
And I just assumed the other one was a creature.
I thought it was Frank's shoes or some shit. I don't know.
Eh.
And then also his cape fell off.
Yeah.
Dracula's cape just like whips off of him in the wind, and it's like, okay, that's a detail, I guess.
Yeah.
We're doing that.
I wonder if that wasn't for the special effects. Like if it was easier to do the transition to the
it might
bat
have been.
without the cape flapping around.
I guess so. You would think it would be easier to just like throw the cape over him and then have like a whole dark silhouette type of thing. But, I'm not an animator in 1985 doing
Yeah.
mountains of cocaine.
Well, and a lot of the Winston Studios got an assist from I can't remember, but the the outfit that did all of the optical effects for Ghostbusters.
Oh,
so a lot
yeah.
of the transition effects, things like that, things that weren't in camera,
Oh yeah, you can see that. You can
Yeah.
definitely see that kind of
like
that-
in the portal and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
the design language of it is very very much so.
Yeah.
Is very much of the same. But anyway, that's it. None of we got what we needed at the scene. It's over. We're never seeing the guys in their World War II bomber again. Instead, we cut straight to Rudy's monster test. And as we said, Rudy is in the clubhouse and he is watching a girl undress.
It's a cool
creepy.
clubhouse. You know,
It is a
it's
very cool. Yes.
it slapped together with stuff they found by the side of the road, but it's
Yeah,
like a
for sure.
multi-level
yeah.
tree
It's,
house.
it's very very photogenic. I
Yeah.
feel like bit cramped, but still. Phoebe wants to be in the club, but Sean is a hater. They get stuck on this one monster test question. What's the other way to kill a werewolf? And,
Yeah.
they're like, shoot him. He's like, no, that's the only way is to shoot him with a silver bullet. And
Yeah.
then he turns it around back on them and they don't have an answer because they forgot that you can also stake him with a silver stake or beat him to death with a stick with a silver handle.
Oh,
Those
just
are-
silver then. Yeah. It's,
I mean, or fire. Thank you, the howling.
yeah.
But for the purposes of this movie, the only way to kill a werewolf is with a silver bullet.
Well, I mean, in American Werewolf in London, they just shoot him with regular bullets.
Well, they bring up the idea in American Werewolf in London that he has to be shot by someone who loves him.
Oh,
It's much more mystical.
I see.
But yeah, I mean, hell, the werewolf that I think attacks them at the beginning of American Werewolf London is just sort of shot and brought down. Like,
yeah, it's much
Mhm.
more like it's just an animal thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the silver thing is just sort of like window dressing.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not talk about that much better movie. Sean and Phoebe's mom calls them for dinner, and when he walks in, Sean like grabs a carrot off the counter to eat it, and his mom's like, "No!" She's like the only mom in existence who stops her child from eating vegetables.
yeah.
And mom got Sean a book at the estate sale on the old house on Shadowbrook Road, and it turns out that it is Van Helsing's literal diary.
Yeah.
Which is it's the craziest shit in the world for that to end up in Sean's hands.
Yeah, well, it had to get there somehow for the movie to happen.
I know. I
But-
know.
But also, this is
again a prologue. We could see her at the sale, and like the book kind of has like a mystical glow, and then the mystical glow reflects in her eyes, like it was meant to be or something.
yeah.
Connective tissue. But we don't get that. Instead, she just bought it at random. She's like, "Hey, that is related to that monster thing you like, right?" Which, admittedly, my family would throw shit at me randomly, like, "Hey, this is a Star Wars thing. You like that, right?" And I'd be like, "It's my favorite thing of all time." And then, womp womp, sad trombone noise. The book is in German.
Kid doesn't know German.
Doesn't know German.
Also, they maybe don't say it till a little bit later, but the address is 666 Shadowbrook.
They do mention that later, yeah.
And we just did From Beyond 2 episodes ago where the address was 666 Benevolent.
Yes. Oh, just trying to indicate that it's evil. So then Drac drives up to the swamp, the forest pool, where the box has landed from the plane.
Yes.
Please note that he is driving up in his Dracula car.
Yes, it is definitely a Dracula car. Like
It's
It
got a
is-
skull on the front.
like an old-timey hearse with a skull hood ornament.
Where in the fuck did he get this from?
I don't know, but I'll believe that he has a Dracula car before I'll believe that the fucking the book ended up where it did. But
That's fair. At least he knows where to find a goddamn car.
well, I mean, we're basically, the deal right now is that Dracula has just been alive and out there for hundreds of years.
Okay.
And he was on that plane to get Frankenstein, so my guess
Okay.
is he flew down to his Dracula car and then drove it to where the boxes fell.
See, again, this is something that we could establish. We could show the mom buying the book, and then the person who
Yeah,
is like running the sale is Dracula.
yeah.
And he's got like a big brimmed hat and a coat on, and he's going through.
No. Daylight isn't an issue for this Dracula.
No, okay. That's fair.
I mean, right? Isn't it daytime when he flies out of that plane?
Yes, it is. That's very true.
It's daytime when he pulls up to the swamp.
That's very true. I don't know. I don't know. But like, yeah, the idea that he's already like he already found the house on Shadowbrook Road and he settled there, and then like he got Frankenstein out of the plane because he knew it was over the area where he could collect him.
And he says it's been so long. So like he's
Right.
he's had Frankenstein as one of his helpers before. But yeah, he must have gone to Shadowbrook because that's where he knew the amulet and the book were.
Right. Again, this is stuff that like this is prologue shit. Like this is what we should be seeing. So anyway, Sean talks to his dad because he wants to go see the latest horror movie, which is, I believe, Groundhog Day 12.
Yes. Which this would have been before the Bill Murray movie ever came out.
Right. We're jumping on Halloween.
Yeah, or Friday the 13th, or just Yeah,
it is kind of supposed to be just like a dumb slasher, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then dad is like, nah, me and your mom are going out, so you got to watch your sister. And Sean is a little bitchy about this, but he's a little kid. What can you do?
Yeah.
What do you expect? It's not, Sean's mom and dad are not going out on a date. They are seeing a marriage counselor.
Yeah.
This is a weird subplot in this film.
Well, he tells him flat out, too. He says it's date night, and then they're like, where are you going? To the marriage counselor.
Right.
Like, yeah, the subplot is that they aren't doing well.
No, their marriage is falling apart. Dad gets, sorry.
That doesn't, I'm sorry, but it just, and that doesn't do anything for the story.
Nothing.
It doesn't get resolved.
The most that it gives us is at the end when it's like, oh, sigh of relief, everything is cool. The family kind of comes together and we can be like, okay, well, we fixed that.
Yeah. Maybe it is resolved in the sense that they got through this shared drama and now they're stronger as a family unit.
But he's like, next week he's going to get another fucking call, because that's the issue here is work calls him and he's like, gotta go, fuck the therapist.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude. And they're calling, like, this must be a very quiet town, because his partner's calling him because, like, hey, we picked up a guy. He says he's a werewolf. Big fucking whoop. Lock him in a padded cell and be done with it. What do you need me?
Yeah, it's just he's off duty, but something happened. Anything happened.
Anything happened.
Yeah.
And they just can't deal with it.
So this also, though, we're about to get to the mummy being missing from the museum, right?
Very true. Very true.
I didn't feel like, again, maybe I missed something. I was trying to pay attention, but did they explain how all of a sudden there's a werewolf and the mummies come back to life? Dracula says, let it begin.
I think.
As he looks over the town. Is he doing some hoodoo? He's
found Shadowbrook Road, right? So he's like, this is the last stop on this train of following these people who had the amulet. And spoiler alert, that's what he's looking for, is the dumb amulet. And so he's like, okay, get the squad together because this is going to be it. So he's called up the Wolfman, and the Wolfman's now in town. He's called up, he's arranged for Frankenstein's monster and the Gillman to get transported there. And then he's put out, I don't know. I mean, he resurrects dead people in the prologue. They're busting through the floor and grabbing at him. He must have resurrected the mummy.
That would have been a good place to tell us some things about how he was executing his plan.
Like literally anything. Like literally anything. Even just a scene of him, like, walking through the museum. I mean, because we have a bunch of these, like, we have this throwaway scene of him, like, pulling up in his car to the edge of the swamp.
Yeah.
Like, we could get a throwaway scene of him, like, walking in the museum and, like, tapping his finger on the case the mummy's in, and then we see the mummy move a little. That's all you fucking need.
You could have just done when he's up there overlooking the town. He,
like, pulls out an Egyptian amulet and twists a thing.
Or some sparkles come out of his fingers and he starts incanting something, and you see the creature come up out of a bog, and you see the one dude, like, look up at the full moon, and you see the mummy start moving.
Anything.
Like
anything.
He activates them or something. But the Wolfman bothers me.
I mean, the Wolfman,
because he comes out of nowhere. Does this guy know that he's been a werewolf for a while? Did he get bitten that night? What?
I think
there's just suddenly a werewolf in this town.
I mean, you got to do a lot of, there's a lot of, like, you got to suspend your disbelief a lot, and you got to build your own backstory where it's like, if this guy knew he was Wolfman, then he's doing the thing of, like, living alone in a home that's essentially a lockbox at night so that the wolf can't get out.
Yeah.
And then Dracula was like, came to his door one night and was like, "Nuh-uh, sucker, yo, with me," and like broke him out. And it's just like, whenever he's a guy, he's running the opposite way, but when he's a wolf, he's heading towards Dracula. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That makes as much sense as anything. I remembered not having any of these issues as a kid. Like,
Right. You just accept it as fact. Like, oh,
but I
Wolfman's
also,
there.
I thought, like, I remembered all of them being on that plane and
Right.
getting dumped into the swamp.
That would at least make some kind of sense.
And some part of me thought that they were okay. So this is, I don't know. I have no idea where this came from, but I swear that I remembered that they were actually like wax statues, like for Ripley's Believe It or Not, like the Madame
Yeah.
Tussauds, and that Dracula had done something to bring them to life.
That's there's an old like 60s TV show actually that's almost exactly that plot. It's like
Oh, okay.
it's like Super Monsters or something it's called, where it's like wax statues and a supercomputer brings them to life and then they fight crime. I swear to God, this TV show existed and it's terrible, and well beloved by like a small section of the population, of course.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
this is what's
the
happening.
monsters are here.
Monsters are here at the precinct. The guy is screaming about he's a werewolf, and they're just like, hey buddy, calm down. And then they kind of tackle him, and he sees the moon out the window and like freaks out because he knows it means he's going to change. So he just grabs one of the officers unsecured firearms, and he's like, lock me up, and he shoots into the ceiling, and the guy is like, and shoots him. And
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you would.
yeah.
The thing is, he's already fighting cops. The end result of that is you get locked up. Like, he's fighting them because they aren't locking him up fast enough.
Yeah, I think that's the vibe.
If all he'd done is stop fighting, they would have cuffed his ass, carried him to a cell.
Yeah, I don't know what he was like. Do you want us to like put a cage around you right now?
Yeah.
Or, like, how do you think this works? But in the event I know, Dad and his partner go to the museum, and the mummy is missing, and they're like, I don't know. This mystery is mysterious because
that's
policemen.
yeah. Well, no, but that's the partner. The partner is always doing that, like, super sarcastic, like, this is too hard. Let's go be firemen.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're like, it gives the line, 2,000-year-old dead guys do not just walk away by themselves. And we hard cut to the mummy walking down the street.
yeah. Which, in on IMDb, it points out that in old boy's previous movie, Night of the Creeps, one of the lines is, dead guys don't just get up and walk away, and then hard cut to the dead guy walking down the street. So
it's a thing.
he used the same gag.
Yeah. Well, admittedly, it would have been a very different audience, so
Yeah.
you could do that. So an ambulance passes the mummy, not seeing him because he's being mysterious. I don't know. And that ambulance is actually carrying the guy who was the werewolf.
Yeah.
And then the moon turns the werewolf, and the werewolf kills the ambulance driver because that's what he do.
And I love this transformation because it's under
Yes.
the sheet. You see like
Yes.
the hand and the foot,
Right.
and it's a real subtle, concealed kind of thing, and boom, werewolf.
I do feel like there's a kind of a thing where it's like we don't have time to linger on to give any individual creature that much attention
No.
because we got so much happening. We got so many people.
There wasn't going to be in the budget. There wasn't going to be a massive transformation scene.
Also true,
but
yes.
also, yeah, you're right. They couldn't have spent the time on it. And we're also talking about the era of The Howling and American Werewolf in
American Werewolf in
London.
London,
Movies
yes.
Dedicated to werewolves with legendarily complex
Yes.
and impressive
we
transformation scenes.
And
So
it is a kind of a thing of like we're just gonna hit the highlights on this shit and
Yeah.
we're gonna move on. You
Later
already
they
know
do
what
that-
we're dealing with.
later they do that transition in the phone booth. That's also really cool because
It is.
it just kind of a pan from one side to like something
Uh-huh.
around the side of the thing, and when you get there, he's already partly changed.
Yes.
They just carefully cut together a couple of visuals
Yeah.
that give you the transformation, and we're on the road.
It's very cool. It's very cool. It's very effective. So we cut back to Sean, who is watching the drive-in movie on his roof, because he can, and his
from
dad.
a weird angle.
Yeah,
with binoculars.
it's not a perfect angle, and he's close enough that he can tune his radio to hear the dialogue, and he can just sort of watch the movie that way.
See, but I get this. Like, I remember, when the scrambled channels would be coming through just enough to kind of make out what was going on.
Yeah.
And you're watching something you shouldn't watch, so you turn
Sure.
it way down. Just that being a kid wanting to see something so bad that
Yes.
any access to it,
Yes.
anything that's going to put you in the conversation tomorrow when your friends are talking about it.
Well, it's also this thing of like, hey, you know what would be cool?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like a cool, quirky kid thing, you know?
Yeah.
He's on the roof watching a movie. And then his dad shows up because he can make time for that, but he can't make time to go to the goddamn marriage counselor.
No.
And
Well, he
starts to-
likes his kids.
he likes Sean. He starts to
That's
watch
true.
the movie with him, and then like it's weird because we hear thunder and lightning, and they make no move to go inside at all.
Yeah.
But the thunder and lightning is gonna lead us through. We see that the ambulance crashed. The cops show up, and the ambulance carrying the Wolfman crashed, and the body is missing. Whoa! And this is the part where I started really getting tired of the partner. He just gets exasperated easily, and it feels like a very artificial way to kind of try to keep the tone as light as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Hard cuts to the swamp/forest, whatever the fuck this is.
Well, now originally, and it's never said in the movie, but the original script had it set in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
And I was gonna say, like, it feels like that because when we eventually see the house on Shadowbrook Lane,
Mhm.
it looks like Southern Gothic,
Like an antebellum
kind of.
mansion being
Yeah,
reclaimed by
antebellum,
the
like
swamp.
plantation mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's, you know, there's also this, when he's up on the hill overlooking the town, it looks like a big place.
right.
But the rest of the movie feels very small town. We're riding BMX
Very.
bikes everywhere. Where
we go
there's
to
a-
the we go
there's
to
a little town square.
where there's a church.
Yeah.
Anyway, back at the swamp or whatever. The Wolfman is just sort of wandering through, and he finds Drac, and hey, Lemmy's there too. Woohoo! All right, it's a monster party
Yes.
or a bash
jamboree.
or a mash.
Oh.
A coffin starts to rise out of the waters with very clearly labeled Frankenstein, just so we all know what we're dealing with. Then it turns out that it's actually being lifted out of the water by the gill man,
Mm.
who throws it ashore. And so they take the lid off, and the mummy gets to hold Drac's cane. Ooh, he's a special boy.
His very special lightning rod cane
This cane is amazing.
with alligator clamps.
The cane is topped with like a little, like, is it a dog's head or a demon head or some
It's
shit?
supposed to be like a wolf, maybe.
Well, okay, wolf head, and then the ears pull out, and they're alligator
With
clips.
some difficulty. He has to like
Yeah, Dracula.
fidget with it. And
But
there
they
goes.
pull out, and they're clips, and they have wires on them, and he attaches them to Frank's contact points on his head. And then he picks up the cane, and the cane shoots out like an extra metal rod. It's a lightning rod.
And he just stands there with this like 8-foot lightning rod surrounded by 30, 45-foot trees.
Yeah.
And the lightning finds its way through the trees directly to his
Absolutely.
lightning rod.
And it resurrects Frankenstein's monster. Boomski. I assume he's using his magic powers, which he has, to call
To
the
summon
lightning.
the lightning.
Yeah. Why wouldn't he? I mean, honestly, whatever.
Yeah.
We're getting Frankenstein's there. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Deal
I
with
will. I tell you that cane gag though. That is 100% cocaine.
Yeah.
That's oh, you know what would be cool?
Yeah.
Like,
What's he doing? Was he using a car battery? That's insane.
yeah, guys, it's not in the budget to do a whole Frankenstein resurrection scene. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Let me rip another rail and see what I can come up with.
Yeah. What if he's got a cane and the cane like turns into like a thing and it's
got these ears in the ears. They got the little fucking clamps in them. It's got wires, dude. It's got fucking wires.
exhausting. So it's it's the toyification of it. Again, it feels very like appealing to kids and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's fine. It's
Hey,
fine.
we are aggressively shitting on this movie, but I still love it. Like, it was fun to watch, and I still
is
enjoyed
fun.
it, and I still enjoy my memories of it. You know?
It is fun. I'm not going to deny that. Like, it's just that like you do have to kind of jump through hurdles in order to get this many, essentially, to separate characters into one place.
Yeah.
I do think the movie suffers from having too many characters in the monster squad. I think that's that doesn't help things. Yeah, it's just that it's silly to see them kind of mess it up and like there are obvious solutions, and it's it would have been better to be simpler, and they just were like, no,
Yeah.
we are not going that route. Elsewhere, Mom is tucking in wee Phoebe for the night, and Phoebe, she mentioned something about like Sean told me something about a monster or whatever, and her mom is like, Sean's just trying to scare you. And she continues to tuck her in, and she's like, and she asks her if she'll yell at him. And her mom says, "No, honey, I love your father." And she's like, "No, I mean Sean. For scaring." Like, what? I didn't doubt that you loved my father until you said that. The very next scene is her yelling at their father, by the way. The very next scene.
And she does, she lights the candle and says, as long as the candle's lit.
Right. The monsters
won't
can't
get
get
you.
in. The candle will protect you. So all the parents scream at each other about the fact that he works too much, essentially. But he's in a town filled where every adult is like a barely functional toddler. So yeah. That's why there's a bunch of crime. Sean goes downstairs to get a snack, and he ends up seeing a message written down. This is the 80s. This is before cell phones. So it's like if you wanted to get a message to somebody, you had to call their fucking house, and then somebody had to convey that message to them. So there's like a whiteboard next to the phone where they leave messages. And somebody left a message that's for Sean about a Mr. Alucard who may be interested in buying Van Helsing's diary from him. And for a kid who is this hardcore into Dracula, it takes him kind of a while to figure out that Alucard is Dracula backwards.
Yeah.
I mean, there are movies where Dracula goes by the name Alucard.
Yeah. Or in Scrubs where it's Dr. Acula. But what motivated him, if it wasn't immediately that it seemed like Dracula, to sit down and try to
make Dracula's name out of it?
Yeah, to try to unscramble this random name.
I don't know. I mean, it's related to the diary, so he's thinking monsters, and he's kind of always thinking monsters anyway. What monster has those letters? All
right.
It's just not a very creative. It's not like it. He's not fooling anybody with Alucard.
No.
But whatever. So then we hard cut to Eugene, who is he's the youngest member of the Monster Squad. Mm-hmm. And I don't honest to God, I think he's in the earlier scenes where in the clubhouse, but I don't think
he's just
okay. We don't
kind
make
of
mention of him. So Eugene knocks on his dad's door. He says there's a monster in his closet, and Dad kind of humors him. He gets out of bed and he goes into the room and he ushers the invisible monsters out of the room. He's a good dad, actually. And then the kid's like, the mummy is actually in my closet. Mm-hmm. And he kind of goes, he like opens the closet door without looking, and he's like, "Hey, you mummy, get out of there." And then closes the closet door. He's like, "Go to bed."
Yeah.
And then, of course, we get a quick shot of like the mummy, as he leaves, he gets out the window and everything. So not only is the mummy evil, not only is he hiding in children's closets, he also takes direct verbal commands from adults.
Yeah. Why was he in there?
So we could have this scene.
Yeah.
That is literally it. It's just, Eugene's barely in the movie.
Yeah. And then the next scene, he's like, "Mommy was in my room."
Yeah,
nobody listens to it.
It is kind of his catchphrase in this movie from that point on. I think he might be fairly traumatized. It is a desiccated corpse.
That's true.
So at the clubhouse, Sean announces that they are no longer the Monster Club. They have become the Monster Squad.
And he is really intense about it.
Yeah, it feels like one of those things, like as a kid, that like you have those like 3 a.m. ideas that you think are really important, and then the next day you're like, grass is green, and people are like, "What are you talking about?" But he's very insistent. Like, they're the Monster Squad now, so they don't just talk about monsters; they deal with them in a real world kind of way.
Yep.
And
he lays out all of his evidence.
Yep. And to be fair, he's right.
Yes.
He's absolutely 100% correct. Because he's like, "Hey, I overheard my dad talking. There's a guy who said he was a werewolf, and then his body went missing. Mummy disappeared from the thing, so we got the mummy."
And that's when Eugene's like, "Mummy was in my room."
Yeah.
And they're just like, "Yeah, shut the fuck up, Eugene. I'm doing something."
Shut up. And then, but apropos of nothing, he's right, but he's like, "I think Dracula's here too."
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of Alucard. Sorry. Yes. So he does have evidence of Dracula. So he's putting this shit together, and nobody else is, including the police who have all of this information.
Yes.
So,
Well, but I mean, the grown-ups are obviously not going to believe that it's monsters. They're going to
obviously
discard
yes.
that idea.
But I mean, even if you believed it was a group of criminals who believe that they're monsters,
Yeah,
right?
or who are just doing monster-themed shit, you know?
Right. I mean, you don't have to actually be a monster to be dangerous.
Yeah, it was the 80s. Bank robbers wore president masks.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, president masks. The bottom line, though, is that they need somebody to translate that goddamn diary because it's obviously important to Dracula, which means it's important to the Monster Squad.
Yeah.
And then at the final little note is Rudy is like, how does Pete the dog get up here?
I loved that.
It's a completely valid question. It
and
doesn't
no
make any
answer,
sense.
just cut away from that.
Nope.
But they are going to the scary German guy's house, which, again, they established that he's scary.
Yes.
And then we need him, so let's go to his house. Like, there's no resistance to the idea. It's just like, well, we need that German dude.
That's an adventure. You do scary things on adventures.
Yeah, like eat pie and have your books translated.
Cut back to we actually get to see the abandoned house this time. And Dracula goes into a secret passage down into a dungeon. And there he sees Frankenstein, he's got locked up in one of the dungeon cells. And he tells Frank to go and get the diary, that children have it, and if he has to, kill the children to get it. This, it should be noted, is not enough information for Frankenstein to function.
No.
Like, we saw the middle school. There's kind of a lot of kids in this town.
Yeah, and we've seen the town. It's a big town.
Yeah,
It's
to just be like, hey, some kids have it. Do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Make that happen. But to be fair, it works. So what do I know? So the Monster Squad hits up the scary German guy. And it's Sean, Horace, and Patrick. As they're working to like work up the courage to go and knock on the door, the guy just sort of like walks up behind them and he's like, or maybe I'm just a scary German guy, huh? I'm fun. We cut away from that to Phoebe is playing near the water when Frank rolls up. And we're relying on people to know the context of that to be very fucking nervous.
Yeah.
Frankie, who's just been told child murder's on the table, rolls up on a little girl tossing flowers into the water. You know what I mean? Like, oh boy, we've seen this shit before.
Oh, yeah.
Hard cut back to scary German guy. And we have a little bit of a fake out where he's like, he's got a knife and he's like, you must answer the question. Do you want some more pie? He's a scary German guy is serving pie with Pepsi. And Horace fucking loves it.
Oh, yeah.
He is all about that shit.
Well, he is a fat kid.
I mean, that's his name.
Eating is what he does.
It is his job in the squad.
Yeah.
Childhood obesity. Scary German guy is reading the diary to them. He turns out pretty bitchin'.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
And in reading the diary, we get full lore dump about what the actual plot of this movie is. So there's an amulet. The amulet is concentrated good. And in the rest of the world, there's kind of good and evil as kind of cosmic forces working in constantly battling against each other. But there is one day every 100 years where those forces are in perfect balance with each other. And the amulet, which, like I said, is concentrated good, on that day, the amulet which is usually indestructible, becomes vulnerable to be destroyed. Or it can be used to open a portal to Limbo to suck the evil out of the world to Limbo.
It is an indiscriminate portal, though. It will just suck in whatever's handy.
Yeah.
It's just a black hole.
It's a black hole. And Chris, the date of the balance is tomorrow. 100 years ago tomorrow. What are the odds? What? Crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. What a coincidence. So the kids leave, and there's
the whole movie's a coincidence.
There's a weird, yeah. That's the thing is Wolfman, Gillman, Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein's monster. They all just happen to be in the same place at the same time. And Drac's like, I gotta make a run at the amulet. I mean, this is crazy. This doesn't happen.
Yeah, too good to be true.
Too good to be true. Unless just monsters are constantly roaming the world, and it's just like these are the five
These
that
are the
happen to be there
closest.
today. Like,
Assemble your team. Well, I mean, who's available?
who we got? Who's sleeping in the spare room today? We get a little moment as they leave where they're like, "Oh, you know a lot about monsters, scary German guy." They're still calling him scary German guy. They never bothered to learn his name. It's so sad. And he's like, "Well, I know a little something about monsters myself." And as he closes the door, we see a number tattooed on his wrist.
Yeah.
So he is a concentration camp survivor. There is a shot when he's reading the diary to them. We see a menorah in the background.
Yeah.
So we know he's Jewish. Which that is some heavy shit for a kids movie, man.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of kids, a lot of them would not have understood what that tattoo meant.
Right. The degree that yeah. But anyway, but that's what we're dealing with because he lived through the horrors of the Holocaust. He's much more tolerant of small children and their fantasies about monsters,
Yes.
I guess. So the kids are
Much
walking
less tolerant of monsters.
exactly. So the kids are walking home and they're kind of going over what they got to do. You know, what's the down the list. Now, it's made mention that in order to use the amulet to open the portal to Limbo, you need a virgin girl to read a very specific incantation.
Yes.
So they need to find the amulet. They need to have Rudy ask Rudy if he knows any virgin girls. That's on them. That's the battle plan. So they're walking through the swamp to get home. They're like, they tell Rudy, you gotta get your hands on some silver bullets.
Yeah.
Which is
we've
crazy talk.
I don't think we mentioned, but when they're back in the treehouse getting the speech about how they are now the squad,
Right.
Rudy has a camera now on a tripod mounted
Yes.
where he was looking with the binoculars and he's
Yep.
snapping pics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He's a dirty bird.
He is a dirty, dirty bird.
And Rudy's like, where the hell am I supposed to get silver bullets? And they're like, Rudy, you have a leather jacket. Figure it out.
Yeah. You just check the pockets. You've probably got them already.
Probably. Horace is to get a map and then find out where Shadowbrook Road is because they don't even know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get back to, they're gonna reconvene at the clubhouse. Phoebe stops them all and says, "Hey, meet Frankenstein's monster."
Yeah.
And they all freak the hell out because that is the first monster that they've literally seen.
Yep. And there's no way they don't let her in the club now.
I mean, there's just no she's friends with the monster.
She's honestly the only one that's legit at this point, having befriended a monster.
Well, that's true. I mean, they've befriended a German guy. Scary or no, that's got to count for something, right?
Not in the monster squad.
No, that's true. It's not the German squad. So hard cut to the clubhouse, and Frankie is kind of up in the spot where Rudy usually sits, and like oogling the girl taking her clothes off. That girl gets undressed a lot in front of that window. Is my point. He accidentally snaps a photo and kind of scares himself. And they're discussing what to do now because this has kind of changed things. And they end up handing him like a mask of Frankenstein's monster. And we have a sad moment because he sees it and he feels bad because he's like, "Oh, this is how you see me? I'm scary and ugly." And he's just so sad. Tom Noonan, by the way, the bad guy from RoboCop 2.
Yeah. Also, the bad
Crazy
guy
stuff.
in Manhunter.
Yeah.
He was coming off Manhunter for this, which, if people don't know, is the first filmed version of Red Dragon,
Right.
the prequel to Silence of the Lambs.
Yes. Anywho, so then we go back to the house of Shadowbrook Lane, and Drac and Wolfman are hunting through the mansion for the amulet. Drac apparently has he's using his amulet sense, which we all know Dracula has. He's just sort of sniffing it out because we need to move this shit along. And he finds a good spot on the wall and takes a hammer and breaks through. And there's a room full of crucifixes, and in the center is the amulet shooting off its laser beams. And No, he says he's all excited. He's charged up. No one can stop us, he says. Heart cut to the montage. You
The
know there had to be a
montage.
montage in this motherfucker. Sean is in class. Rudy is.
Rudy's the only one doing anything fucking useful in this montage.
Sean is not doing a lot.
No.
Rudy is making steaks in shop class.
And silver bullets.
Right. Frankie and Phoebe are playing dress up. Eugene, sweet little Eugene, writes a letter. Quote, Army guys, come quick. There are monsters. End quote.
Signed, Eugene.
Signed Eugene.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite gags in the movie.
It's fantastic. Sean makes business cards.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah.
Rudy makes silver bullets. Sean and Patrick look at the map. Rudy steals a bow and arrows.
Yeah.
Rudy picks up his pictures back from the developer because that's what we had to do to get pictures back then. And it includes a image of an underage girl with their clothes off.
Yeah. Well, she's probably his age.
Yeah, but she's not the guy developing the pictures age.
That's true.
It's not like you don't just feed
that-
film in and
Also,
and
you know,
shoot out.
I don't think we should take for granted that, you know, there are some people who do not remember a time when you had to go get pictures developed.
That's why I made mention of it, like specifically, like
Yeah.
you didn't have a choice. It's not like you could
Yeah.
like
You took
I
the
would have
film
loved-
to a place and dropped
Right.
it off, and then
And
you
then
came back
waited.
later. Yeah.
Yes, and if you're lucky, you could get them in an hour. I
Oh,
would have loved with all the shit that Rudy is doing if we had a dark room scene. Like he is also developing the pictures himself. He is
Yeah.
the backbone of the Monster
He is
Squad.
changing the wheels on everyone's bicycles. Like he is doing their laundry and making their lunch.
Filling out paperwork for Sean's dad.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot. Yeah. At Drax's house, Dracula is drugging the human Wolfman because he needs him to just chillax until the beast comes back out.
Yeah, when he's a wolf, he's cool. When he's a human, he doesn't want to be a wolf man
Oh my god.
or hang out with Dracula.
Bitch and moan. But Drax's like, you just sit there. I'm gonna go have something to eat. Turns out he has 3 teenage girls locked in a closet. That's not problematic. But then when he's out of the room, Wolfman guy spits out the pills and unties himself. At the police station, witnesses saw Dracula's car at the ambulance wreckage. So they're putting the pieces together. And that's when Wolfman calls the cops from a payphone. But before he can, and he informs them like your son's in danger and stuff.
Yeah, and he gives them the
before
address.
Yes, 666 Shadowbrook Road before he wolfs out. But he's not fast enough because the Monster Squad gets there first. Yeah. In the swamp, Eugene randomly sees the Gilman in the water. It's the most interaction Gilman has with any character in this film.
Yeah, because he drops his Twinkie.
Yeah. The end. The Gilman just goes back down in the water, and they're just like, and we're just like, okay, I guess that's important for somebody. Because we made a suit, and we're going to show the goddamn suit.
That was a
God
great
damn it.
suit. That Gilman looks amazing.
He's a really cool design, actually. I really like it. It doesn't get shown enough. He should have been a major part of the plot.
Instead, he does nothing and then gets shot.
Right. Patrick and Rudy are they're sitting down with Patrick's sister in the clubhouse to ask her if she is a virgin. And they use a nude photo of her that Rudy has taken to blackmail her into telling them that she is.
And then into doing what they want her to.
Right. Monster Squad.
Yeah, they are monsters. It turns out.
It's not just a name. Sean, Horace, Eugene, Pete the dog, and Big Frankie are at the Shadowbrook house, and they're gonna have to go into it. There's just no way, two ways about it. Horace, meanwhile, is like, hey, why don't we become the math squad or something? Like, you're gonna have alternate squads for them to be. Because he doesn't want to go in the house. In the house, Dracula is using dynamite to get at the amulet, which is arguably the worst idea.
I mean, he very easily, with one swing, knocked a volleyball-sized hole in this wall.
Right.
Why didn't he just swing a couple more? He's Dracula, man.
He's Dracula. Why didn't he turn into a bat and fly into that hole?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, all the crucifixes. But
I mean,
he had Wolfman right there with him. I mean, just
So he's
knock
got-
the hole and be like, go in there and get that fucking thing.
He's got all this dynamite to blow the wall away, and the kids are sneaking in, but then like Frankenstein walks into the house and his big dumb clawed feet make big dumb clawed feet noises. And Dracula stops to listen, and when he does, the cartoon plunger that he has to set off his dynamite just drops on its own and sets off the dynamite.
Yeah.
So the house kind of shakes and stuff from the force of the explosion, and part of the ceiling collapses on Frankenstein.
It is the
And-
weakest. Like the door comes off the hinges and he just falls over with it.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, he's dead.
Then a couple
He's dead.
things
Kill him.
land on him, and
The end.
yeah, it's like that. Yeah, you know, in the beginning of Batman Begins,
Right.
when he decides he doesn't want to kill people and starts fighting everybody in Ra's al Ghul's place.
Yeah.
And the beams fall from the ceiling and land on Ra's al Ghul, supposedly killing him.
Right.
But when you watch that scene, it's like 3 fence planks. It's like just
Like,
it's just a couple of boards
survive.
that just kind of
yeah.
oh, he's dead.
I assume he's dead. On with other
And
stuff.
that movie
So-
had a budget.
Yeah.
Like,
So Sean is like, we just got to get the ambulance, get out of here. He's acceptable losses. You know what I mean? So
he died helping us. No,
no, he just
he
sort of
didn't do
died.
anything for you yet, really.
That's when Wolfman pops out, and Wolfman is like, "Roar! I'm the Wolfman," and
Mm.
he's menacing them, but not menacing them enough that they can't have a conversation about how to defeat him.
Yeah.
Where Sean tells Horace,
Very
kick him in the
famously.
nards. Kick him in the nards.
Mhm.
And Horace is like, he doesn't have nards. And Sean's like, just do it, man. Just do it. And so he does. He kicks him right in the red rocket, and Wolfman goes down. And very famously, like you said, Horace says, Wolfman's got nards.
Yep.
Um,
There's a documentary about this movie made by the kid that played Sean
Yeah.
as an adult,
Okay.
and the name of it is Wolfman Has Nards.
Well, he does.
But I did not have time to watch it before we recorded this, but I
That's-
will still watch it.
yeah, I mean, it's a good line. It's memorable, certainly. Like there are times when I don't remember anything else about this movie but that line.
Yeah.
It's obviously they came up with something and it worked. You know what I mean? It's just weird.
Well, when we were kids in the 80s, that was like an uproariously funny moment.
Yeah,
Like-
like, the testicle injury humor. I mean, come on, this is
Oh,
Shakespeare
yeah.
for 8-year-olds. So they run away from the downed Wolfman, and they run into Dracula's brides, who are the 3 teenage girls. Then they run another way, and there's Dracula. And so now you've got Wolfman, Dracula's brides coming at them from 3 different directions. And there's kind of a statue behind them. And Sean just immediately turns around and starts trying to move things, maneuver things. And Horace is like, what are you doing? And he's like, trying to find a secret passage. And he's like, why? Like, there's
Yeah,
no
he says, haven't you
indication
read
of-"
The Hardy Boys?
Right. It's like, there's no indication of like a secret passage. It's like, what else have we got to do? Like,
Yeah.
we're surrounded by death.
It's a
Um,
weird choice, but also fair point.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well, and it
Yeah.
works. A trap door opens up beneath them, and they drop down and into the amulet chamber. We'll find out later. Right now, we just see them drop down. Cut to random burger shack, and Rudy and Pat's sister are just sitting around waiting for them. And Sean is late. This is a problem. They're starting to get worried about him. Cut back to Sean and the crew in the amulet pit, and there's a dead body down there, and little kids, dead body, oh, freak out,
Yeah.
That's when Sean sees the amulet, because how can you not? Again, it's shooting laser beams.
Yes. Green laser beams. Yes.
Yeah, it's very cool. There's a mirror inside that thing, and somebody is just hitting it with a laser pointer. They grab the amulet. Sean grabs the amulet, and they climb out of the hole, which Drac made with the dynamite earlier. And Drac immediately shows up and just grabs Sean by the throat, and he's throttling him for the amulet. It is at that point that Horace, true to his fat kid origins, pulls a slice of, is it pizza? Out
It
of his
is.
pocket?
Yes.
And has in a
It's
stroke
like
of-
wrapped in foil or something, or
yeah,
paper.
like he
and
just has pizza in foil in his pocket
Yeah.
for just emergency pizza because he's a fat kid. And in a stroke of inspiration, shoves it against Dracula's face, burning him because of the garlic in the
Yes.
pizza. It's very silly. Causes Drac to drop Sean. They all run away. They escape the house. And just as they escape the house, Scary German Guy and Phoebe roll up, and Scary German Guy's weird, like, open top truck.
Yeah, it's like a
Like a Jeep.
yeah,
thing.
it is like a World War II era military vehicle. It's a heavy
It's a vehicle. What it is it's a vehicle large enough to hold all of these people, is what it
Yes.
is.
and a
Um,
vehicle that is quirky and in line with the weird old German guy.
Yes. Yes. This could have been an animated series quite easily.
Oh,
After the end of this movie. And so they see Scary German Guy and Phoebe roll up, and then Pat and Rudy and Pat's sister show up too. And so they're all together in one place, and they're like, we gotta go. We got the book, we got the amulet, we got the virgin, we gotta do this thing. And so they decide to go to town square to the church because monsters hate religious stuff. Is the exact line. Hard cut to, I love this whole like diversion thing, because it's time away from the main plot and it doesn't fucking matter
Yeah.
ultimately. But it's so I love that we spent time for this. Hard cut to Sean's dad and his partner as they're heading home. And then we cut back because we're cutting back and forth between that and the kids in the truck. And in the truck, the mummy just is nearby and grabs onto the back of the
yeah,
truck.
it just kind of jump scares them and then grabs
Yeah.
the truck.
And it's got Sean, and then Rudy has an idea and he's like, get me part of its wrappings. And he grabs the kid grabs the end of the wrappings, hands it to him. He ties it to an arrow, shoots the arrow into a tree. And then as they drive away, the wrappings are just getting pulled off of
Yeah,
the
it just
mummy.
unravels.
And it works. They ends up with just like a dusty skull hits the pavement, like
Yeah,
the end of the mummy, guys.
that's it. The mummy did nothing, and then it was dead.
I think Rudy might win the Monster Squad. I mean, ultimately.
No, Rudy is the only valuable member. Well, I mean, Sean's little sister.
Sean did find the amulet, and he got the book.
Well, sure, but I mean, he didn't do anything Rudy couldn't have done.
That's also true.
And his mom got him the book
Right.
on
So
accident.
they, yeah, that's true.
Like, she didn't even know what she was doing. Like,
Like, that seems like something my son would probably be
it's
into. Whatever.
dusty, weird old shit. He likes that.
That's the kind of thing he's into. Yeah. Sean's dad and partner are driving along, and they see Drax's car coming like the opposite way, and Drax's car, like a ghost, just passes directly through them.
Yes.
Which is weird. It's like, why did, like, okay, Drax knows that he can do this, which that's random that he can do that. Sean's dad didn't know that. Why did they turn? Why did
Yeah.
they swerve?
Because they were going 100 miles an hour as the
Oh, that's right.
the
He must have
partner
been home.
pointed out.
Right, because
moments
he's
before.
because Wolfman said, "Hey, your kid is in danger."
Yeah.
So he's racing home. Okay. And then Drac, after he passes through them, they do a U-turn to follow him, and that's when Drac gets to Sean's house.
Yes.
Because I think Dad was heading towards Shadowbrook Lane.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets to Sean's house and he is pissed. He tosses some dynamite into their clubhouse just to be a dick.
Yeah, it's so petty.
It's so petty. He knows that they're not there.
And he's like, meeting adjourned.
Like
Like, he,
he's just you can tell he has this highly contained like seething rage.
yeah.
It reads as like, I am so angry, but I'm not gonna freak out because I don't want you to have that on me.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
upset.
He just got served by a couple of 12-year-olds. And
So and then he's like, all right, I'm done. That's all I needed. And he's going to leave, and that's when Dad shows up. And Drac pulls out another stick of dynamite from nowhere, like a cartoon
Yeah.
character,
lights
And-
it with his mind.
with his mind, rolls it under the cop car, and ends up killing Dad's partner.
Yeah. Who, instead of opening the door and jumping to safety, just looks at the partner and yells for like a solid 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's like-
while the dynamite goes off.
It's such a weird choice. So Dad shoots at Drac to no effect. This is when Mom comes out because she the clubhouse blew up.
Yeah, like she
I put
heard
so much
that.
on it was gonna explode.
She heard that and wine drunk and Xanaxed out of her head started drifting towards the back of the house to see if she could perceive whether anything had actually happened.
Another
and then she
explosion.
hears gunshots and starts floating back to the front. Like, oh, maybe it's up here now. Then she opens the door like, what?
She comes out just in time to see Drac turn into a bat and fly away, and she kind of freaks out. That's when Dad like rushes into the house to find the kids. And it's an interesting note. As he walks in, there are suitcases next to the door.
I didn't notice that. She was kicking his ass out.
She was leaving. There's a big suitcase, a small suitcase, and a big stuffed animal. I think she was taking Phoebe and being like, the son's for you. Peace. I'm going to my mom's with Phoebe. Like, she was leaving him.
Yeah. Yep. I missed that
there's like a
completely.
subplot here that we don't get. And it's
man.
It's weirdly heavy. So Dad ends up using the radio because the kids use like a radio to talk back and forth to each other.
Like Stranger Things.
Yeah. He uses a radio to get in touch with Sean, and Sean's like, hey, we're headed for the town square. That's where we're going. And so he's off. So the squad gets to the church and the doors are locked, and that upsets Rudy greatly. Like he tries kicking at the doors like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And they're just like, fuck it, we'll just do it out here. Who cares?
Yeah, why not?
So they start to get the book out to read, and then Dracula's brides show up. And Rudy goes like hardcore hero. He's like,
yeah.
I'm in the damn club, right?
With a cigarette in his mouth.
And a bow and arrow, dude. And he just fucking nails these girls.
Yeah. He shoots the first one.
Yep.
The other one gets too close.
So he stakes her
He
manually.
just stakes her, yeah.
We don't actually see the third one go down, but he takes out the third one as well. That's when Dad shows up, and Drac is flying as a bat towards them, and Dad shoots the bat out of the air.
Left-handed with a
Left-handed.
pistol from
Hell
a
yeah.
moving vehicle.
Hell yeah. Well, that he's driving.
Yeah. That he's driving.
The bat crashes through a window of a local business or whatever, and Dad like busts in the door. He's giving chase. He ends up getting into this upstairs room, and he finds Drac half transformed from being a bat
With some bullet holes in him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucked up. And Dad's like, that's when Dad lights a stick of dynamite, like, you want to blow some shit up? Let's blow some shit up. Where did Dad get the dynamite? We don't know. Again, this is like a common weapon in this movie.
I guess, maybe when Dracula pulled out that stick, he dropped one.
He pulled out the stick, like 4 more fell out.
Like just tumbling. Like if he just thrown his cape back, just like pockets, waistband, just overflowing with sticks of dynamite.
Oh, shit. I dropped something.
It's
Forget
like
it.
I'm tired of
too
using
cool.
my dark magic. Now I'm the evil midnight bomber. What bombs at midnight?
Anyway, Dad pulls out a stick of dynamite and lights it. And then the Wolfman shows up and attacks him, and he's getting his ass kicked a little bit by the Wolfman before Sean shows up and smacks the Wolfman. They end up shoving the burning dynamite down the Wolfman's pants and then knocking him out the window. And in midair, the Wolfman explodes.
I loved that.
And there are chunks of him all over the sidewalk.
Yeah.
It's actually honestly great.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And then almost immediately, the Wolfman wakes back up again, and he starts pulling himself together.
Yeah, his parts all come together.
We cut back to Pat's sister, and she has said the words from the book, but there's no portal. Because Steve doesn't count. Wolfman pulls himself together, and the cops show up, and they shoot at Wolfman, who's kind of menacing Rudy. Wolfman takes out the cops, and that's when Rudy like unloads the bullets from one of the cops' guns,
Yep.
loads in his silver bullet, and it is another cool moment for Rudy, honestly.
Yeah, man, he's the MVP.
He is. He takes aim, and he's just like, and he says, bang, and then he shoots him. It's honestly like, dude, you're doing like hardcore hero shit here. It's pretty sweet. Wolfman immediately returns to his human form and thanks Rudy for killing him.
Yep.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Sean and Dad get back down to ground level. Presumably just leaving Dracula up there in a twisted state, neither man nor bat.
Well, they were out of dynamite.
Oh, well, that's fair. How could they possibly run out of dynamite in this film? Did they check behind Sean's ears? Suddenly, apropos of nothing, Gilman just emerges from the sewer. And Eugene saves the day, but he points out that Phoebe is technically a virgin.
Well, he asks.
Yeah, is she a virgin?
Is she? Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, God, yeah, I hope so. Even though she is like easily one of the most hardcore of the entire group. Who's the first one to encounter a monster?
Yeah, she chills with Frankenstein.
That's right. And scary German guy's like, he'll just phonetically tell her what to say and she'll just say it and it'll be cool. So the Gillman comes at Horace and Horace grabs a shotgun and he's kind of looking around for somewhere
that one of the
police
cops dropped in the fight with Wolfman.
I mean, you have to say, people are pulling out random sticks of dynamite.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
This is true.
He pulls out a shotgun from somewhere.
Yeah.
There's
It's like
one in the trash can.
It's like Highlander. He just reaches under his waist-length jacket and pulls out. Fucking.
It's like Bugs Bunny. He just reaches behind him. He reaches off screen and pulls back a shotgun. So, oh my gosh. So he's like looking around for a place to hide, and that's when he sees there are the bullies from earlier for some reason are there, and they are hiding in a candy store from the Gillman. And he's like, hey, let me in. And they're too scared to let him in, to move. And so Horace turns around and he shoots Gillman and kills him.
Shoots him in the chest, blows a hole through him, Gillman's done.
Yep. And the bullies come out and they're like, whoa, good job, fat kid. And he pumps the shotgun. He's like, my name is Horace. And then he kills them both with the shotgun.
What's really funny is that in watching the scene, they cut away after he says that. And I was thinking, how fucking funny would it be if you just heard the blast? Like in the background, you just hear boom, cha-cha, boom. And then never speak of it again. It just happened in the chaos of what was going on,
He rolls up and like with the spring shotgun, and he's like, "Oh, something got those kids."
Yeah, the Gillman
just saved them by shooting at it, but
Gillman shot him, and I shot him, and that's what happened over there. But what's funny is I'm thinking that in the movie, like thunder happened, and I was like, oh fuck, is there like some dark ass joke that I just thought of that they made in 1987?
We're not saying it didn't happen, you know what I mean? Like the last sound of the maybe like he sees the lightning and then like just sits there counting 1, 2, 3. So anyway, scary German guy is helping Phoebe read the words. And that's when Dracula shows up finally. And he's all back in his restored state. And the cops can do nothing to stop him. He's like just walking and he's just focused on Phoebe.
Now, I loved this scene.
Yeah, people are just throwing themselves against him and he's just cashing checks and breaking necks, baby.
But he does a great job. He never breaks eye contact.
He never does.
He's just Neo the Matrixing fucking.
Yeah.
Like they're just coming and he's just boom, doom, done with that guy.
Yeah. And scary German guy tries to stand up to him. That's when he hits him with the Kamehameha. He just blasts him with like, what? When is that? When is that one of his powers? So then Drac grabs Phoebe and lifts her off the ground. And he says to her,
by her face.
And he says, give me the amulet, you bitch.
Yes.
A couple of things about this. One, the actor playing Dracula was very sensitive to the fact that the fangs and the eyes that he had scared the living shit out of that little girl.
Yeah.
So he was very careful whenever they were on set at the same time not to let her see them until this scene. So her cries of terror are real.
Yeah, when she screams, it's...
Another thing, I mean, it's Dracula. He's been around for millennia, right? Like, he's crossed oceans of time. Mm-hmm. And, as you get older, it can be harder and harder to gauge the exact age of young people.
Yes.
Is there a world where Drac is so old, he does not actually know that she's a child?
No.
That's why he's like, give me the amulet, you bitch. He treats her as an adult because she's what? And how old are they at that age? Like, it doesn't, once you get over 1,000, it all kind of blurs.
Yeah, he's evil and she's the threat. That's all.
Yeah, I get it. She is saved when Frankenstein shows up. Frankenstein's monster shows up, and
Hey, it just said Frankenstein on that wooden box that he was
that
in.
is true. But even though it's one of the monster test questions of, is Frankenstein the name of the monster or the guy that made him? And he's like, it's the guy, and because of
Yeah.
course it is. But yeah, every time they show the monster, they just call him
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
but one of the questions is, what are the other ways to kill werewolf? And that's their
Right.
questions are flawed.
Their
They
questions are
established
flawed.
that
You know what?
right out of the gate.
You're right. So Frankie shows up and he smacks Dracula into a like a wrought iron fence post thing, and he's impaled onto it. He's like impaled through his chest onto it. So finally Phoebe and Scary German Guy finish the incantation, and the portal opens, and it is sucking everything in.
Mm-hmm.
We flash to the fence post where Dracula is, and he's gone. Where did he go? He's vanished. And that's what Dracula just pops out of nowhere and grabs Sean, because he's like, if I'm going down, I'm taking your bitch ass with me,
Yeah.
and we're gonna spend eternity at this. So they starts dragging them both to the portal, and Sean grabs, to his credit, he grabs a stake that is flying along with them, and he stakes Dracula,
Oh, yeah.
though he does not actually kill him. Then, as Dracula is staked or whatever, Van Helsing just appears from out of the portal.
Yeah, well, he went into the portal during the prologue, and that's what the prologue was for. So at this moment...
But the portal didn't actually...
This-
The prologue didn't actually show that, Chris.
Well, but now we know what happened in the prologue.
Again, the prologue was shit.
Yeah.
We needed a prologue. What we got was not it. But anyway, Van Helsing shows up and grabs Dracula off of Sean, gives Sean a big thumbs up because of the language barrier, and drags and they kind of, the last thing we see is Van Helsing kind of wrestling Dracula into the portal, or they're both being sucked in while they wrestle, whatever. The point is that they will have sex. I also noticed I mean, like, I didn't put a finger on it until now, but like, there's a kind of lot of like loose fence segments that end up going into the portal.
Yeah, and some random woman. Like, did you notice that? Like, when it first opened, you just see some girl just sort of go flying over and just gone.
Yeah. But it's
But
just like, every time they show it, there's another like 6-foot section of fence going into picket fence, going into the portal.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah. And the German guy's car,
Yeah, that's sad.
which in the same shot as his car going into that thing, Phoebe's hiding behind an overturned park bench directly in front of the portal. And she and the park bench are fine, but this car that probably weighed a solid 3 tons just cartwheels into that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's not dragged in. It is flying
Yeah.
into the portal.
Yeah, not a slow trudge towards the black hole. No, it is airborne and sailing.
So the last thing to happen is Frankenstein gets sucked into the portal.
Yeah.
He's been affected by the end. Phoebe is sad because they were friends for almost a full day.
Mm-hmm.
And she ends up throwing her stuffed animal to him so that he has some degree of comfort in the void of limbo, where presumably he'll just tear Dracula into tiny pieces
And then
until
watch him come back
and then
together.
watch it back together and then repeat
And just
for
yeah,
eternity.
forever.
Yeah, tear him
Well-
into tiny pieces, push the mushy
High five
mush-
Van Helsing.
high five Van Helsing, mush the pieces into a lump that he can
Yeah.
have sex with.
Oh,
Repeat. Rinse and repeat. As they say.
forever.
Forever. I feel like the interesting part is that like there are so many things that end up in that apparently timeless void of limbo. And we don't see any of that. We just know that that's where we're keeping it all. It's
Yeah.
like the phantom zone.
But also, we know that Van Helsing can come out of it.
well,
Like, he can swim against that fucking current.
why didn't he help the poor virgin girl from the prologue get out of it and escape?
Why
it?
didn't he just grab Dracula and toss his ass in and then stay in the world?
He was already staked and down and everything.
Yeah.
It's a mystery. We'll never know. I think he ate the virgin girl. to
Well,
stay alive.
by now, he must have.
I mean, what else is there? It's limbo. There's a void. Anywho, the portal closes back up and everything is fine. Mom comes to comfort Phoebe and Dad joins her, so we're a happy family again. There we go.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Unpack
We
your
did it.
bags, Mom.
We did it! Yay! No more marriage counselor. And then the army rolls up.
Yeah. And the dude jumps out. He's all like, "Where's Eugene?" Like, all right,
Again-
Eugene, where are the monsters?
The adults are absolute fucking cartoon
you can-
characters in this.
I love that you can see the note is like in
It's
his
stuck in
shirt pocket.
He's got it
like-
on hand in case he needs it.
They, they took it 100% seriously. I
Yeah.
love it.
And that's when Sean gets to go up and be like, "Hey, monsters are gone. We took care of them." And you're like, "Who are you assholes?" And he gives them one of his business cards. So yeah, he did contribute.
Yeah, he's like, "We're the Monster Squad."
We're the Monster Squad.
Yeah.
Rap song.
Yep.
That is
Oh.
a
One of my favorite genres of music is the 80s movie-themed rap song.
yes, the rap song that recounts the events of the movie you
Yes.
just watched.
Oh my God, Ghostbusters
Badly in
2.
rhyme. Oh my god.
Oh. Fucking
It's-
Ninja Turtles.
Oh.
TURTLE power. Oh my God.
A ninja rap.
I
Chris, ninja rap.
honestly, I feel like that very specific genre of music was held down and stabbed to death by Will Smith.
That's probably fair. I remember specifically, so Waxwork 2 does that,
Oh my God.
and it's just such a weird. It's so weird and specific. It's so weird and specific. You don't see it anymore. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I think the last movie that we saw it in was Bad Boys 2, right? Right?
Another Will Smith movie. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, that's who I assume.
he just took that thing over and just did, Wild Wild West, Men in Black.
Tremendous.
And he did it,
Tremendous.
and everybody's like, "Oh, I don't think I want to do that anymore."
The end.
The end.
So that's
But-
Monster Squad.
Yeah, Rudy was the whole team.
I mean, he carried it. Let's be honest. Even though Horace did get a kill,
No, actually, yeah, Horace
got a kill.
showed up.
Sean as the leader, I feel there is something to be said for, delegating and assembling the team
Yeah,
and coming up with a plan.
They wouldn't have done anything without him. He motivated their actions, but
Patrick had a sister, which did not pan out.
no. Eugene
You didn't call the army.
brought the damn army.
He did have a plan B,
Yeah.
which is important.
Well, I liked Eugene because he was always calm about shit. Like maybe it was the trauma, but he was scared of the mummy. But after that, he's just like, fucking monsters.
I feel like
Just-
I feel like that's where they all ended up at the end, like fucking monsters.
yeah.
And I do feel like I said, this feels like you could have done definitely, if this had been successful, you could have definitely done an animated series where these kids just ran around and like a different monster every week. You know what I mean? And like, in that kind of real Ghostbusters way, like Drax in a castle somewhere, like
Mhm.
orchestrating different monsters to attack them and,
Yeah.
coming up with new ways to end the world.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it could have been cool. But it was not to be. It
No.
made almost no money. A lot
got
of the
its-
people that are in it, it's the only movie they were ever in. But
It's got its little cult following.
it does. And it's, like I said, like, it's just really weird to me that it does that thing of like, I would have felt better, I think, if we just didn't address the concept of adults in the film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Goonies did, where it's just like, they're just not there. Fuck it.
Yeah, we just
Um,
leave them behind, and the only grown-ups from there on out are the bad guys.
Right.
Yeah.
It would have made more sense to me other than instead of like the least competent police force in, Baton Rouge, I guess, or wherever the hell it is. But that is the Monster Squad. It is fairly well beloved at this point, I think, largely because of its second life on home video, and another one of those ones that made the rounds on 80s HBO and jazz.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember renting it and loving it as a kid, and I again we went in and pretty hard on it, but I love that movie.
It's a good movie. It is a good movie.
It's so
a
much
movie.
fun.
It's
It-
fun.
it's easy to pick apart now, but it's
Yeah.
fun to watch. The effects are great. The acting is solid.
Right. Like I said, I think the biggest weakness that it has is that it tries to do too much with too many characters.
Yeah, and I think that if if they hadn't insisted on 90-minute runtime and let it have a little more room to breathe,
Yeah.
then it would have been more fluid. We would have got a little more explanation for some of the things that we just kind of had to accept and move on because it was just rolling.
Yeah.
But there's not really a dull moment. There's never nothing happening.
It rolls. A lot of stuff happens.
Yeah.
And it happens fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Monster Squad. You want to talk about sequelitis?
We can, but I had a real hard time. Like
I have a general idea. First of all, I would do 20th Century Monster Squad. So Sean and the entire Monster Squad are grown up adults, and I do want to have like the lore be that essentially since they've been kids, like the army showed up, they're like, we're the Monster Squad, and we took care of the monsters. They became the Monster Squad for the army, and that's what they've been doing the entire time. I think that's fucking cool. I think that's rad. But now it's the present, and Sean has kids of his own, and those kids now have to deal with the monsters when the original OG Monster Squad get kidnapped by the bad guy.
Oh.
So now they have to rescue their parents. And the monsters this time around are going to be a little bit more ephemeral, a little bit weirder. We're going to go for like cryptids like Mothman and the Fresno Walker and like
see now that's good because that's
morphing like skinwalkers, you know?
This is where I had trouble because
they hit every major monster in one fucking movie.
Well, yeah, and you can't just say, okay, now it's going to be Freddy and Jason and Mike Myers.
Yeah, no,
and
you can't.
And so I came up with nothing because
I would like to see like these monsters are trying to like unleash some kind of cosmic horror or something, you know, like up the stakes a little bit, or at least make the stakes more explicit. As it is, the stakes aren't real well spelled out in this one.
Yeah,
like the evil will become, the balance of evil will shift towards evil. I don't know what that means.
Well, yeah, there's all those theories about Bigfoot that he's interdimensional.
Right.
Like there's so many cryptids that the idea is that they move between worlds. Well, then you bring them all together. Right. You have a better chance of destabilizing.
Right. And they want the kids from the Monster Squad because those kids were all in the presence of the portal. And that gives them some kind of special different thing about them. It's left a mark upon their souls, you know? And the new crew has to, you know, I don't know. They have to find the pieces of a statue, you know, some kind of of MacGuffin, and that's what I have. That's what I thought of. And I think it sounds fun.
It does sound fun, and I have nothing. I tried really hard, and I just kept running into this wall of like, you obviously have to do more monsters,
right?
But they also need to be branded because that's the thing.
Right.
They branded in a way, and I think your idea is great because cryptids aren't, first off, they're not copyrighted.
Right.
But,
so it's like, and they've done like every like general, whatever, like, uncopyrighted or copyright, I don't like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'd be digging for, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Invisible Man.
Right.
And now we're just doing the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. You know?
Yeah. So, yeah, but I think it would be fun. Also, like you have to make. It would give a reason for adults not to be in on stuff if you have like, oh well, they abducted all the adults and now they're doing this on their own, and stuff like that. Because I really don't want the adults in this situation. Like I said, like I feel it's the weakest part of this movie is anything that has to do with an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Not that this movie isn't a lot of fun, but those parts drag it down.
Yeah.
And I think there is a sort of a thing of like, I would like a little bit more complex of a plot for A, to be more explicit on what the MacGuffin does exactly. And then B, to be this kind of thing where it's like, oh, well, we have to assemble this thing from parts and stuff. And then once they do, it turns out, that's what the monsters wanted them to do all along.
Yeah. You
know what I mean? And then we gotta solve the bigger problem, you know?
Yeah. Cause now we've just handed them the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I think so. But Monster Squad. Yeah, it's a
beloved,
good movie.
Nostalgic 80s, very, very 80s.
Yes, I feel it lives up. It lives up pretty well.
I
think as far as that era goes.
I was not disappointed in it. It just wasn't
that ilk.
what I remembered. Like, and it's a weird case because it doesn't happen a lot that I have very strong memories about a movie that turn out to be wrong. Because I generally, I can't remember people's names or what I ate today, but
Right.
I remember movies, especially ones that I know that I probably rented and watched
I think it's just
5,
that,
6 times.
right. I think it's just that complicated of a plot where it's like, it's dizzying. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's so much, and it's so dizzying, and it doesn't need to be because it comes down to get the thing,
Mhm.
do the stuff. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. It could have been a lot simpler.
It
but-
could have been a lot simpler. That script needed another pass. I think it needed a pass that said, okay, we need to get it down to 90 minutes. Don't
Yeah.
shoot the entire thing and then cut it a half hour out of it.
And that's probably what happened. I think they shot it and cut it, and the production company was like, nah,
Yeah.
shorter, dude.
Yeah,
Probably. That's what it feels like watching it. I don't know that for
absolutely.
a fact.
It does feel like there's a lot of connective tissue missing.
But I am excited to watch Wolfman's Got Nards. I want to know more because this movie, it is enough of a cultural phenomenon
Mm-hmm.
and enough people remember it so fondly
Yes.
that they were able to produce a documentary about the making of this movie that made no money.
Right. And
And-
it is fascinating in that sense. And it's neat too also that it's like, I think this was really Universal's loss to not jump on this. Because it really
yeah.
was like this, there was actually something there, and it
Yeah.
could have been really cool if people who were better at making movies essentially had made it.
Yeah.
Or at least a production team that had a little more faith in Shane Black, Frank Decker's script.
Yeah, well, and I guess there was some friction. Frank Decker being sort of self-taught and new, he has
Yeah.
one movie under his belt, and his mentor was the guy that produced it and kind of helped make it happen. But
Okay.
that guy was very old school and very disciplined in his filmmaking, so their
Yeah.
styles did not mesh once they got on set,
Oh.
and there was friction there, and I don't know. He wanted it to be, they wanted to be PG, but didn't get it.
Right.
And he was hoping something like Disney or somebody would pick it up that knows how to market to kids, and that didn't happen. And
Again, I gotta wonder what it is that gave them that 13. Like,
well, there's a lot of gunplay.
there is a lot of gunplay. There's a
the-
little bit of blood.
Yeah, the Wolfman gets dismembered by dynamite.
Okay,
There's-
that's a good point.
There's smoking. There's
Well,
sexual
smoking back then didn't count.
kids smoking and
it
sexual
doesn't.
innuendo.
Sexual
and-
innuendo in your endo.
Ah.
See what I did there? I definitely, some of the violence is fairly graphic, but it's monsters. Maybe
Yeah.
if they had gone with like different colored monster blood, we could have gotten away with some of that.
Maybe so.
Probably
I don't know.
Wolfman blowing up is probably a big part. of
Wolfman, yeah.
this.
And the kicking him in the nards and
Yeah. I
I-
just an exploded corpse is
It's-
a lot.
yeah, it's got to be an accumulation,
Sure.
of all the people that died and all the gunplay and
But
what
that
blood
kind
there
of-
was. And
I think that's part of the problem is that it's part of the charm of the movie is that
Yeah.
high degree of contrast. And again, it's a sort of thing of like we said at Halloween, like that thing of like testing your limits and everything. I think
Yeah.
that it sits very well there as a VHS rental. I think PG-13 is great. In the theaters, you're just not going to get the audience.
Nope. But it still stands as a pretty great introductory horror movie for kids.
For sure. For sure. There's just enough kind of going on there, scary stuff to kind of ease them
Yeah.
into it.
Well, and they insisted on putting that backdrop of the parents in fucking couples therapy and shit.
We got the parents in couples therapy, which is not working.
Yeah.
We got like references to World War II and the Holocaust.
Yeah. And the partner gets blown the fuck up in the car.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah. And he's
It's like
screaming to his partner for help as he detonates. Like,
There's like it doesn't really add much in the way of stakes because the whole thing is just like the dad wants to get to Sean to save
Yeah.
Sean.
and so Dracula just kills his partner in front of him. Okay.
Yeah, it's a weird.
And
It's weird.
the poor 3 Dracula girls, like we don't see them get bit, but we know that's what's going on. Then later
they
they're
die.
vampires and they're on his side, and then boom, they're killed.
We don't even get to see one of them die on screen.
Yeah.
They just go down.
Oh, the Gillman, they did a pretty solid exploding chest cavity
That's
effect
true.
on him when he gets shot too.
Great.
Children
he adds-
with guns killing things.
he adds nothing to the plot. It's
see. I
such
don't.
a weird thing. Like,
No.
we want to have him in there just for the sake of having him in there. We got to redesign the creature from the Black Lagoon essentially so we
Yeah.
don't step on anybody's copyright. And then he doesn't do hardly anything.
No, he just looks cool and then he dies. But
It's
none
very
of them.
sad.
The mummy did nothing. He hid in
Mummy
a
did
closet and then
nothing.
he got unraveled hanging onto the back of a car. The
He should
Wolfman.
have been in the back of scenes spying on people and shit.
Wolfman really didn't do anything but distract some cops for a minute and he got kicked in the nards. He got blown up with dynamite.
At least he tried to do more.
he
You can't say that
accomplished
about Gilman or Mummy.
No, they didn't do anything. Frankenstein did nothing until he saved Phoebe at the end.
That's true.
He was in the whole movie, did absolutely nothing, got fucking knocked out by a couple of boards and some debris, and then shows up at the last minute to toss Drac onto a spike that doesn't even kill him. And then he gets sucked into the portal. Like
It's a good movie though. It's a good movie. It is.
it
a good
is. It's a fun
Movie.
movie.
It's just, again,
I love this movie, and I know it really
Too
does.
many
I
characters.
keep saying this. It sounds like
It's
I don't
too-
like it because it's so easy to tear it
it's
apart.
It's just not.
But it's
not
so
a
much fun.
It's not a perfect 10 movie. It's like it's
Yeah.
a good. It's like an 8, 5, 7.5, 8.
Yeah, but
But
the
there are
whole
flaws.
the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Absolutely. I just it's very easy it's very easy. I'm sure it's very easy for us here to say, like, cut some of the characters,
Yeah.
pare things down a little bit. But there is a sort of thing. It's like, this is the Monster Squad, and you're selling it on this concept of all these monsters are coming together
Mhm.
to do whatever. So you're gonna have to shoehorn some people in there,
You gotta
You're
have
gonna
some
have to-
people,
But
but I'd like a little bit stronger premise.
I feel like, again, you just cut the parents out of it,
Mhm.
cut the adults out of it, and we focus on just the kids and what they're doing. And we've already got a tighter script.
Yeah,
The only
that's
adult
true.
should be Scary German Guy, and he should have a name.
yeah, he should.
That kid had a name.
Yeah, he did.
It's
it was
weird.
Horace.
It was Horace. His name, Shuck Shuck, is Horace. Monster Squad 1987. Beautiful film. Classic. Next
So,
time.
Next time.
Next time.
We're doing Red Rooms, right?
Red Rooms.
Was that next? That's what we talked about doing next.
I believe so.
All right, it is
Red
a
Rooms.
serious departure from Monster Squad.
Well, I mean, we've been doing some lighter fare,
Mhm.
certainly some older fare. So we wanted to do something a little bit more modern, a little more,
Yep.
and a little darker, a little more intense.
And have you watched it yet?
I have not.
I am excited to watch it again, but also excited to see what you think about it because it is a strange, intense, weird movie.
Sweet. Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
All
Can't wait.
right, man.
All right, man. So I have been Joe.
And I've been Chris.
This has been In the Veins.
In the veins. See you next time.
Next time.
There is nothing to worry about. You're gonna be just fine.
Be surprised at the things you find when you go looking.
God, it knows I'm here.
Clear your minds. It knows what scares you. It has from the very beginning.
I'm plunging headfirst into some kind of black void of sheer, utter madness.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
It is entitled Naturan de Manto, roughly translated Book of the Dead.
You're gonna die up there.
We've got to return some videotapes.